Hello there! Welcome back to my show. My name is Stella Ella. I have all this tissue paper, as you can see. So many beautiful colors. What colors do you see, guys? I see blue and red and orange and pink and maroon and black and red. Do y'all see any colors I didn't mention? What can I do with all this tissue paper? I don't know. Except maybe throw it up in the air? Or, I don't know. Do y'all have any ideas? I'd love to hear them. That is a great idea. What was that? Did y'all hear that doorbell? Let's go check it out. Wow, look at this package. I wonder who it could be from. Let's take it inside and find out. Guys, look at this awesome package I got. I wonder who it could be from. And what is in it? Do you want to open it with me? All right. First, look at these beautiful flowers. Do y'all know what they're called? They're called sunflowers. Good job. Let's count them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sunflowers. Good job. We have 5 flowers, guys. We need to put these flowers in a vase. Can you tell me what else we should put in the vase to help the flowers survive? Good job. Water. We need to add water. Let me grab my vase. And I'm going to stick the flowers inside. And we're going to add some water to it. Perfect. All right. Now we can enjoy these beautiful sunflowers while we film. All right. Let's see what's inside our package. Guys, look, there's a letter inside. And it says, to Stella Ella from Gigi Ella. That's my great-grandma Ella. I wonder where she's at. Let's take a look. Dear Stella Ella, Привет, all the way from Ukraine. That means hello, all the way from Ukraine. I'm here to celebrate Ukraine's independence. It's important, Stella, to celebrate people's independence. Independence gives people control of their own destiny and gives people room to be themselves. The people of Ukraine are very friendly and welcoming. I've had no problems making new friends. Everyone is dressed in Wyshuwanka? I think that's how you say it. Which is the shirt I sent you. She sent me a shirt. Let's take a look. Wow, look how beautiful it is. That word means embroidered shirt. How cool. Let's see what else my Gigi Ella has to say. Everyone has yellow and blue flags up. The yellow is representative of sunflowers and the blue is representative of the sky. All the women and girls are wearing beautiful flower crowns. I wish you could be here. Well, I've got to go. My new friend made me some borscht, some kanaki. Well, goodbye, or do побачення, labo, which means love, Gigi Ella. Wow, that is so cool. And it gave me a great idea. I think we should make some flower crowns using the tissue paper. What do you say? Awesome. All right, let's see what we're going to need to make our flower crown. All right, guys, for this project, we're going to need a few things. Here is a list of materials that we will need. We're going to need some different shades of blue tissue paper. We're going to need some yellow and brown tissue paper, maybe some green too. We'll need some thin wires. We'll need scissors and maybe some tape or maybe some floral tape. We will need some fishing string I believe that's it. Let's get started. All right, guys. So I started out with this size paper and I had to cut it down to be about this big. You can make your flowers any size you want. Since these are going on our heads, I decided to make small little flowers. All right, so the first step is to take all your blue paper. I have 4 different shades of blue. You can have 1 shade or 2 shades or 3 shades. It doesn't matter. However many you want. And we're going to stick them in a pile, just like this. We're going to try and straighten them all up. Straighten all of these papers up, just like this. And then I'm going to fan fold them. So, to fan fold them, you want to hold on to all of the tissue papers, just like this. And we're going to lay it down flat, and we're going to take one end up and make a fold. And then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go back and forth until you can't do any more folds. Just like this. Perfect. Now we're going to cut the tips. That's why I wasn't too worried about everything being real even, because I'm going to take some scissors. So I'm just going to round the petals using my scissors. Guys, sometimes we're not allowed to use scissors, and that's okay. Just ask your mom or your dad, or maybe even your babysitter for some help. Once we have the petals cut, we're going to take a piece of fishing line. You can't see it, can you? And we're going to tie it around the middle, just like this. Yay! After we have it tied up, we are going to start opening it up very carefully because tissue paper is very delicate, so it can rip. Okay guys, for the sunflowers, we are going to use some brown tissue paper, and you can see that I had to cut this smaller than the yellow tissue paper. And I have different shades of yellow behind that. So this one is a little bit trickier to fold because you have the different size rectangles. So I'm going to lay this brown one right in the middle, and I'm going to take my edge of my paper and I'm going to fold it up. In 1 second, guys. And I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to fold it up just like this. And I'm going to hold on to all my papers and I'm going to flip it. And I'm just going to fan fold it. Go back and forth, over and over again. And I will get all the way to the bottom. Now guys, to make the sunflowers, it's a little bit different than the blue flowers. The blue flowers, you just cut the whole thing. On the sunflowers, I'm going to open this back up and I'm going to take out the brown part. And the brown part, I'm going to round the edges out. So I'm going to make them round, just like that. Perfect. And now, see how round the brown part is? Now I'm going to pick up the yellow petals, and instead of doing a round curve, I'm going to do a pointy curve. Because you can see on my sunflower petals, they're pointy. So, I'm going to make some pointy petals. Just like that. And guys, you never have to worry about making anything perfect. Sometimes beauty comes from the mistakes we make. Alright, so I have my pointy yellow petals. And then I have my rounded brown paper. And I'm going to open up my yellow. And I'm gonna add my brown right on top, just like this. Sometimes you gotta figure it out, line it up just right. There we go. And then I'm gonna fold it back up. And I'm gonna take can you guess? What do we need to do to secure this? That's right, good job. We need to take a piece of fishing line and secure the flower. All right, I have my fishing line, and I'm just gonna tie it around the middle of this flower. Ooh, this can be kind of tricky because it's hard to see. You don't want to tie it too tight, because if you tie it too tight, then you might not be able to open up your flower. But you don't want it too loose either, because then it will just fall off. All right, we got our sunflower made. We just have to open it up. Now that we have all of our flowers made, it's time to open them up and see what they look like. Okay, so our fishing line is representative of half the flower. So when I open this up, you're going to see half of the sunflower. But we want to make it all poofy. So that means we have to pull each tissue paper up, just like this. And we're going to take our time, because if we do it too fast and too hard, it's going to rip our tissue paper. And a few rips are okay. A few rips are okay, but we don't want to rip any of our petals off. So let's be careful, careful, careful. And we're just going to take each layer and pull it up, just like this. Guys, sometimes it can be a little tough to open these up, and sometimes the petals are going to rip. But that's okay. Once you get them all fluffed up, it's really hard to see the rips. So just keep going. I like to start in the middle of one half. You just take one layer at a time, and you pull it away from the other layers. That's it. And the paper is going to rip. And that's okay. Sometimes petals rip too. All right, guys, after many minutes, I finally opened up all the beautiful flowers I made. Look at these sunflowers. And then we also have the blue flowers. And the blue and the yellow represent the Ukrainian flag. I also have some of these fun little hair clips. These are red and it represents love. So I figured these might be a little fun thing to add on to our crown. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to start with 2 wires. I have 1, 2. And I'm going to start by, I know that one wire isn't big enough for my head. It doesn't fit. Oh no. So I'm going to take this wire and the second wire, and I'm going to put them together, and I'm going to twist them. Here, zoom in on my hand so you can see how it's done. So I'm going to make an X, and then I'm just going to wrap one side all the way around, just like this. And I'm going to wrap the other side just like this. And since it's wire, it can bend. But ouch! Ooh! This is kind of pointy. So now I'm going to take some tape and I'm going to rip off a piece and I'm just going to wrap it. So that way it covers up that pointy part so it doesn't poke me on the head. Just like this. Want to make sure it's nice and secure. All right. And next, we're going to do the other side. I'm going to get my piece of tape, and I'm just going to put it right over that point, and I'm just going to wrap it as tight as I can. If you're having trouble with this, make sure to ask a grown-up to help. Alright. Guys, I have my long wire. And now I'm going to measure my head. Alright. And straighten it out as best as I can. And then I'm going to wrap it around my head. Just like this. And I'm going to find where my head, right here. And then I'm just going to twist it. Just like we did earlier. And I'm going to twist it all the way around. Whoa, that's so many twists. And I'm going to do the same thing to each edge. After I twist them, I'm going to wrap them up with tape. That way they don't poke me in the head. Ouch! Alright. Let's get our pieces of tape. We don't want them too big, but we don't want them too small. And we're just going to wrap. Just like that. And we're going to wrap this point too. Okay guys, after we wrap this up, we're going to make sure it fits our head before we add the flowers. Alright. There we go. I think it fits. What do y'all think? Alright, let's start adding our flowers. Alright guys, now that we know it fits my head, it's time to wrap all of this up. I don't want to see the silver wire showing through, so I'm going to take that masking tape and I'm going to wrap all the way around that wire. Alright. I'm going to do a little tape at a time. And I'm just going to work my way all the way around. Too long. I'm gonna have to make it shorter. I'll just set that piece right over there for next time. Okay, we only have a little bit left. And then we can start adding all the beautiful flowers that we made for our flower crown. Guys, I'm going to be giving this away. So if you want a chance to be entered in our drawing, make sure you like this video and subscribe. And we will draw a winner on Friday. Alright, just a few more wraps and we're ready to start tying on the flowers. There we go. Look at my crown, it's all finished. Alright, finished enough to start adding the flowers. So I'm going to start with a sunflower. Can you guys tell me what color sunflowers are? Good job. They're yellow and they're brown. Alright, so when I tied this sunflower with my fishing string, I left some fishing line, long fishing line, so I can use this to tie onto my crown. So I'm going to take that extra fishing line and I'm just going to tie a knot right onto that taped part. If I can see the fishing line, sometimes it disappears and I can't see it. Alright. once we tie them on, guys, we can reposition them. So right now, I'm not going to worry too much about where my flower is, because I know after I get them all done, I can move them around and position them where I want them. And I'm going to do a pattern. Do you guys know what a pattern is? That's right, it's a repetition of something. So in this case, we're going to do a sunflower, and then we're going to do a blue flower, and then a sunflower. Can you tell me the next one? Good job, the blue flower. All right. Look at this, guys. I have 3 flowers on my crown. How does it look so far? Is it looking good? I think it is too. Let's keep going. All right, guys. I think we're almost ready. I think we might need 2 more flowers. All right, which one should I choose? There's so many to choose from. I think I'm going to stick with the bigger flowers. So I'm going to do this one. And then I will need 1 more blue one to split up the 2 big sunflowers. And then we can add our little red or rojo clips to them. I can't wait to try this on. Alright, I'm going to do this flower, but this little fishing line is kind of facing the wrong way, so I'm going to try and loop it back and then tie it right here in the back. That way my flower is facing the right way. Perfect. All right, my last flower for the flower crown. How exciting. I can't wait to see what this looks like. All right, it's ready. Well, hang on. Maybe I should cut all the extra fishing line off. That way it's not hanging in my face. Grab my scissors. Make sure you don't do it unless you're allowed to mess with scissors. If you need help from a grown-up, don't forget to ask. And I'm just going to trim all of these little fishing lines off. All right, guys, I think we're ready. There might be 1 or 2 lines that I can't see until they're in my face, but that's okay. All right, guys, the last step is to add our little flower clips. I chose red because I learned that in Ukraine, red represents love. So I'm going to add our red clips onto our headband. And guys, if you win this, then you can take the clips off and you can use them in your hair. How cool is that? All right, so let's count as I put them on. Ready? 1, 2, and I can put them on anywhere, even on the tissue paper. 3, and 4. Wow, look how beautiful those look with all those colors. Are you ready to see what it looks like on me? All right, here we go. How does it look? Do you love it? Can you see the flowers? What colors are they again? That's right, we have blue and yellow flowers on top of my head. I had so much fun learning about the Ukrainian culture. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, if you want a chance to win this crown, like my video, and subscribe. Until next time, have a stellar day!